Hey guys, Eddie from Food for Thought. This is about 8:30 in the morning. I've just come out. I'm going to be doing my morning routines, and I've been asked several times, which I apologize for not actually following through, to actually show more what my morning routines are, what I do, how I feed, how I water, how I clean, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to bring you in and show you. So come on in. Alright guys, right, I've actually moved my table to the front here. Obviously, it's usually, you've probably seen it in the video, it's usually at the back, but if I try and film it at the back, you're not going to see a thing in here. So I moved it to the front so I can show you how I start off. This is my watering routine for the winter. Just gallon jugs, or these are 4 litre, because we're Canadians in metric. So these are 4 litre bottles. So I bring out like 4 or 5 of these in the morning to fill up during the morning and the afternoon. Evening time I'll fill up new ones and bring them out, because bringing them out, at the moment it's not that cold, although I'm sporting my new toque, my beanie, whatever you want to call it, depending on what part of the country it is in. But this little baby, I made. So I knitted this. Well, I never did. It's on a loom. I will do a video on how to do these. I know it's the end of the winter. I only did it a couple of weeks ago. I learned how to use it, and oh my goodness, is this the best? This is the best hat I've honestly ever had. It's not because I made it, it's because it's thick and warm. Oh my god, love this thing. So, but that's a sidebar. But it's only about, I think it's -5, -6 today. Which isn't too bad. I'll keep the door open for most of the day. The rabbits don't mind it being cold. Even the babies are covered in hay and fur, straw and fur, so they're going to be good. It is going to warm up to about -1, so it's not going to be an issue in here for temperature wise for the rabbits. So I'm going to go through water. At the moment it's just tap water. I'm going to get a system of water catchment barrels this year. Apparently it's much better for the garden, much better for the rabbits. I don't think I'll be able to feed completely with the rabbits with this. So normal water. What I add to the gallon is 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. So you'll see some sites and stuff, people will be talking about ASV or ACV. Apple cider vinegar. If you don't know what the acronym is, it's apple cider vinegar. So 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in each. It just changes the pH, so as they're drinking it, the pee doesn't smell as like ammonia, so it doesn't have as strong pee. Obviously it still will smell, pee's pee, but it is much better. So this is, basically this is my routine. Spilled a lot of water. So you've seen the water jugs, this water system that I've shown you on a previous video. So it's just a case of getting a funnel and then just pouring in the water, because this makes it so easy in the winter time. It doesn't take it long at all. And then just stick it back on there. Well, you just go around, check. She's got tons. The babies go through this like mad. So even though they were filled up to the top and the grow-out cages, I'm not sure if I can actually get this around here. But all the grow-out cages here and one there. All the grow-out cages have 2 water bottles. I'm not sure. I'll put that back, you'll be able to see me. So all the grow-out cages have 2 water bottles, so they have 2 liters of water, and they're filled up like 3 times a day. They drink like mad, which is understandable, seeing as there's 8 of them in there. So the grow-out cages have 2 water bottles and 2 feeders, 2 large J feeders. So I'm just going to go around and do the rest. Don't need to video watering every single rabbit, but that's the watering system that I use for the winter time. You know, I know some people have each individual bottle. Well, I've seen them, you know, each individual bottle, you know, with the metal thing coming down, the feeder nipple type thing. I've never gotten on with them. The rabbits don't. They will. The older ones will use it, but I like it more natural. The rabbits actually feeding out of a bowl, because that's what they would do in nature. They would be feeding, you know, they'd be drinking out of a puddle, or sipping the leaves. You know, condensation dew off of leaves and stuff. So it's more natural rather than looking at that bloody ball that they have. But I'm going to water the rest and I'll come back for feeding. Okay? In a second. Okay guys, that's the watering side of it done. Next will be feeding. This is what I feed. I don't know if I can get that in for anybody to actually read. It's the Sure Grain Homestead Rabbit Pellet. This is a brand that I get from my local feed store. Actually in Thorndale, Ontario. That's actually where Gordon lives. That's where I get mine. So I work in London. I'll go visit Gordon, which is about a 15-minute drive. From there, the grain place is available. They actually make the pellets at this place. So it's not like I'm just getting it from a supplier who's telling me what's in it. I've actually gone and seen these guys, spoken with them, gotten the whole breakdown, not just, you know, this part, but I've actually gone and seen what they're putting in it. So, you know, I heard horror stories before that there could be pellets out there that have, you know, animal fat and all that kind of stuff in it. And obviously rabbits being herbivores, don't eat meat, don't eat animal fat. So I thought, so that my first question when I went to see them, being the manufacturers, was what's exactly in it and can I see the process. They wouldn't give me obviously the exact breakdown on what they do, because it's obviously their brand. You know, I'm not going to take it away and do it myself, which I don't even have the time if you don't have the capability. So, so I trust those guys. You know, I think they're great. You know, I speak to them every time I go in there. Spend like 10-20 minutes with them. Nice people. But this is 16. This breaking down. This is a 16% protein mix. I've seen a couple of books that have said the pregnant does and grow-outs should be on 18%, but others, and I've seen when I did my euthanasia course, they were also saying there's no need for it. That they've done studies for feed, and the 16% is definitely okay for any doe to produce milk, and for the speed for the grow-outs to grow. So this tends to be, like, if I go to TSC and buy this, it's like $17. I get this for $14. But at TSC, and if I want the 18%, it's like 19 and a half. So I'm not going to spend $5 extra per crate, and you know, I go through quite a bit. But I'm not going to do that. So that's the rabbit feed I use. I'll tell you what, I'll take a picture of this and I'll stick it on there for about 10 seconds so you can actually see it. So I'll do that now. So if there's a pause, it's now. Boop. All right, we'll move on to feeding. I've obviously just shown you the chart. I've added the picture to show you exactly the feed that I given them. Now to the scientific method of feeding, the exact amount of feeding that you should give them. And it's, you know, it took me, it's quite expensive to get this kind of equipment, but it's a 3 ounce soup cup, soup tin. perfect, just, well, it's actually just a little over 3, right to the top is a little over 3 ounces. And that's all they need for the adults. For maintenance is 3 ounces. The week before they are due to deliver and while they're feeding, then I free feed. And this is how I free feed. So obviously I just need a bigger jar, bigger tin. This is going to last ages and ages. So that's my scientific method. So just one scoop. So let's see, right to the top. And then she gets into it. And then the grow outs and feeding moms get this one. And make sure they're just topped up right to the top. As I said before, with the feeders for the grow outs, there's 2 feeders, two bottles of water. You don't want to have, well, it's preferable, it's preferable to have 2, in my opinion, because you're not having 8 rabbits or 10 rabbits or whatever you've got in the litter all fighting over one feeder, because the strongest is going to kick out, and you're going to have rabbits that are different weights when you go to process. Some are going to be 6 pounds, some are going to be 4.5. It's preferable to keep them all roughly even. So let me go around, fill the rest up and get them fed, and I'll come back and do the cleaning part. Alright, before I do the feeding, I forgot to do the cleaning. I forgot to do the thing. They also get hay. I was for a long time feeding alfalfa hay, but I was finding I was getting an awful lot of wastage with the tiny little leaves just falling off into the tray. I mean, wasn't a ton. All they would eat is the stalks. Just found a feed supplier in a town that was about 10 kilometers away to 15 kilometers away from here. But they sell, I buy my hay at a farm locally for $5 for alfalfa hay. But as I said, I'm getting a lot of wastage. So I found a supplier who has just third cut hay. It's just weed, basically it's grass and weeds. And if you'll see all the leaves on these in general are big leaves. So I'm not sure exactly. It's probably mallow or something like that. But rabbits love this. Absolutely adore it. This is what I would feed at nighttime. Approximately, and it's just a handful. I give them at night so they can chow down. So daytime I've got them pellets. Nighttime I give them a bunch of hay. For the grow out, it's a big bunch. Like 2-3 times the size of this, to keep them happy during the nighttime. And they chow down on that, and Reese is actually just, staring at me. So you'll see the sunshine's coming through. So you put it in. She'll go straight away from she'll move away from the pellets straight to the hay. They prefer the hay, so that's why in summertime I virtually feed no pellets. They get fresh grass morning and afternoon, and they'll get sort of hay at nighttime, because it's preferable. Why feed pellets? I know that it's convenient for us. Why do we have to do things that are convenient for us rather than for the benefit of the rabbit? So get out of that mindset. Do the work rather than paying the money. Weeds are free. So in the spring, summer, and fall, go collect. I've actually just got a scythe. Gordon and I went out to an antique place yesterday in town. We're looking for old cheap tools and all that kind of stuff, and I got a scythe. It's an old wood one. The handle's wood that is all dried up and stuff, so I'm gonna have to absolutely lather it with linseed oil. Well, not lather it, but wash it down with linseed oil, let it soak up, you know, really let it soak the oil up as a sponge into every piece of this pour, and it's going to be beautiful, beautiful old tool. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post another video on my favorite books, and one book is Beyond the Pellet. Great book, great book. You know, as I said, I'll do another video on that. I'm already starting to waffle, so let's move on from that. And then another thing I give them is sunflowers. Let me just move this out of the sun. Black oil. I think it's black oil. Yeah, black oil sunflower seeds. They get a tablespoon of these every 2 days. It's just to keep up with their coat, gives them energy, you know, tons and tons of oil. So if you feed lots of this, your rabbits are going to get really, really fat. So you don't want that, because fat rabbits don't breed. You know, they don't get happy. They're like me, sedentary. Don't want to do anything. Don't get fat rabbits. But they're exceptional for coat development, keeping them, you know, bright, happy, energy. So black oil sunflower seeds. Right, let's move on to cleaning. Okay, let's get back here. Cleaning. I have got more than enough compost to do me this year, and then still have more maturing for late fall. So I don't need any more. So what do I do with it? Because even just with having the amount of rabbits that I've got, that is a ton of manure. Luckily, in the town that I'm in, there's a city compost dump, basically, where people go and dump their grass clippings and brush clippings, and obviously, you know, I've got my manure. You go there, it all gets dumped in the field. You know, they've got a digger, a dump truck, come and turn it over, put it in the big pile so it can all start to mature, and then you can go, you know, and it's free. When you want compost for your garden, you go down there, dig into it, and bring out all the dark stuff. Lovely. So that's just down the road from me, so this is what I have to do. To clean, again, Rubbermaid tool. So this one's a 68 liter, I believe. Yeah, 68 liters or 18 gallons for those of you in America. So that's what I'm using here. Cheap dollar store metal dustpan. I like the metal ones because I can beat the I've actually bent it. One, it's soft, but I actually quite like it because I stepped on it and bent it. But it works really well because I can put it in and then just rock it back and forward, and all the poop goes to the back. But this is easy. You just with the trays. I put this on a table for the top ones, purely and simply because I don't want to, by the time I'm lifting down, especially if it's got urine in it, put money in it, I'm going to spill it on the floor. So I like it so it's just underneath my tray. And that way, see what I mean? If I'd and then just pick it up, toss it in. But the trees catch everything, you know. Obviously we're coming to the end of the winter. I'm getting a lot of hair in a lot of hair in here just now because the rabbits are going to be starting to lose their winter coats soon. So pull it. This is the beauty of these trays. I don't have piles and piles of manure at the bottom. You know, I just go around, tight till it's in tray. Done. I go around, do the rest every day. I'll do one side. Like today, I'll do this side. Tomorrow, do this side. Gets tossed in here. Lid gets put on that. By the time I'm finished, actually, with 8 cages, this will be full. Even though I don't have a huge amount in there, this will be completely full by I'm finished the 8 trays. So if I was still to collect this every day, 68 liters of manure daily. So this goes down to the local pile, and it's literally 5 minutes drive from my house, so it's not a big deal. It's not an issue for me to do that. So yeah, so that's really my routine. Nighttime routine is almost exactly the same, apart from obviously the cleaning. I usually come out about 7 or 8 in the evening. Try to make it sort of 12 hours apart. Obviously, winter time really bad. Like at the moment, okay, I've got gloves and hats and stuff on, but it's like 7 degrees in here. I have switched off. The door is open every day. Sometimes the heater gets switched off. If it's like today, it's going to be like I think either 0 or +1, I think it is. So that's what's going to be happening today. So I'll leave the door open for a lot of ventilation, a lot of natural light. Nighttime, water, feed the hay, and that's it. So it's not a difficult chore, it's just time consuming. So if you've got the time, especially if you want to save money, put your time into it. Your time is money, I know that. Especially Gordon's all the adding, how many times. I'm outdoors, in the fresh air, can't get any better. So that's what that's my routines. Thanks for joining. And this is Eddie from Food for Thought. I appreciate everything you're doing for us. Thank you. See you later. Bye. Boop, boop.